Hola amigos! Are you looking for a way to practice even more Spanish and improve your Spanish fluency? Well, we're so excited to announce that Eat Your Spanish is now offering virtual Spanish lessons. Our virtual lessons are given by one of our amazing Eat Your Spanish teachers and are available to children of all ages and adults. Lessons can be one-on-one, with siblings, or even with family friends. Members of our virtual lesson program will also receive free downloads of every song and activity for each episode of the podcast, as well as an invitation to join Evan and me for our monthly Eat Your Spanish virtual get-together, where we sing, tell stories, talk, and hang out all together. If you're interested in finding out more information or signing up, you can write us at evanandvanessa@gmail.com or visit us at www.eatyourspanish.com and send us a message. We hope to hear from you soon. Now on with the show.
Hey friends! Before we start the show, we want to give a quick shout out to a few members of our Patreon familia.
That's right! We want to send a big hola to Silas and Aslan, their perro Alice, and their gatos Salem and Harper. Hola amigos! We heard that you all love listening to Eat Your Spanish as part of your homeschool, which is so awesome! I wonder what it would be like if Evan and I came up with an entire homeschooling curriculum for families. There would be Eat Your Math, Eat Your Science, Eat Your English, Eat Your Art, Eat Your Social Studies, and my personal favorite, Eat Your Recess. I have a feeling that you all would be a little too full by the end of the day though. Well, thanks so much for all of your love and support and for being such wonderful listeners.
We also want to give a shout out to our amigos Blake and Natalie from Stafford, Virginia. Hola amigos! One thing I like to do whenever I hear about the different towns our Patreon familias live in is look for fun parks and nature areas that are nearby. And there are so many places that look so amazing near you all. I wonder if you all have ever been to the beach area at Aquia Landing Park or gone canoeing in the Crow's Nest Preserve. Nature is such a beautiful place to explore, and I bet there's a lot of it out in Virginia. Thanks for being such great listeners of our show, and I hope you all are enjoying the new episodes.
And last but not least, we want to say hola to a big familia. We have Gabriel and Sebastian, their mama Lauren, their papa Brian, their perro Fraser, and their gallinas, Black, Honeybee, and Stephanie the Fox. Stephanie the Fox is a really funny name for a chicken. I wonder who came up with that one. Sounds like you all are a super creative familia, and I bet you all loved the farm episode from season 2. Thank you all so much for your support of the show, and please give Las Gallinas un abrazo fuerte, a big hug from all of us.
And thanks again to all of the members of our Patreon familia. Our Patreon listeners are a big part of what keep our show up and running, and it's also the way to get our special Eat Your Spanish gifts, like exclusive videos, printable worksheets and coloring pages, song downloads, and so much more. You can find us on patreon.com/eatyourspanish, or you can click the link in the episode description. Now on with the show. Hello friends.
Hola amigos.
How are you?
¿Cómo están?
I'm so happy.
Estoy feliz
To be with you.
a estar contigo.
Are you hungry?
Tienen hambre
To sing and play?
a cantar y jugar.
'Cause on our menu
Porque en el menú
is Spanish today. Everybody sing.
Eat your Spanish, eat your Spanish, eat your Spanish with us today.
Did you say spinach? No, I said Spanish. Okay.
Eat your Spanish with us today. Eat your Spanish!
With Evan.
and Vanessa.
Hello, friends.
Hola amigos! Welcome to the first review episode of Season 3. We had so much fun learning all about the seasons of the year in the last episode.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And I'm really excited to play our Spanish game with you all today.
Me too. And after that, at the very end of the episode, we'll give one special listener the chance to ask us a question about how to say a word or phrase in Espanol or in Spanish. But first, it's time for a little review of our words from last week.
Sounds good to me. Listo, amigos? Are you all ready, amigos? Here we go.
Spanish review time!
All right, now it's time to take a look back at our lesson from last week. Evan, rewind the tape.
So, Vanessa, how do you say spring, summer, fall, and winter in Spanish?
Great question, Evan. To say spring, we say primavera. To say summer, we say verano. To say fall, we say otoño. And to say winter, we say invierno. Recently, we've had some listeners write us and ask if we can incorporate a little more Spanish into episodes for some of the older listeners or more experienced listeners. So, for those of you who want to learn an extra phrase, stay tuned, because in our song, we'll give you another phrase to learn. But for now, we'll start with just the word for spring, which in Spanish is primavera. So repeat after me, amigos. Primavera.
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 Great work! Now for the word summer, which in Spanish is verano. So repeat after me. Verano.
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 Excelente, amigos! 2 down, 2 more to go. For the season fall, we say otoño. So repeat after me. Otoño.
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 Muy bien! And last but not least, winter in Spanish is invierno. So repeat after me one more time. Invierno.
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 Great review, everybody! Now I hope you're ready to have some fun because it's time to play...
Our first Spanish game of Season 2 days?
Exactamente! Exactly!
Spanish game time!
Okay, amigos. In today's game, we're going to create the sounds of each of the cuatro estaciones, or each of the 4 seasons. Then we'll mix them up and play them back to you, and you'll get to guess which estacion you think belongs to the special sound that we created. So let's come up with sound numero 1 for primavera. When I think of primavera, I think of birds chirping, and water flowing, and the sun shining down. Yeah, so kind of like this. So that sound will be the sound of primavera, or the sound of spring.
Wow, that was so neat! I want to try one. I'll do the sounds of verano, or the sound of summer. When I think of verano, I think of being at the ocean. And I think of cicadas and other bugs making their special sounds. And I think of someone grilling something on the barbecue. Wow, that sounds just like verano to me.
Yeah, it really does. That was a great one, Vanessa.
Thanks.
Okay, let me think of otoño. When I think of otoño, I think of the wind that blows the leaves off of the árboles, or the trees. And I think of myself walking on all the fallen leaves and the crunching sound it makes. And last but not least, I think of the calls of the geese as they fly south for the year. Yep, this sounds like otoño to me.
It really does. Muy bien, Evan.
Thanks.
Ooh, yay! This means I get to do the last one, invierno. Invierno makes me think of really cool sounds. When I think of invierno, I think of bells jingling. I think of the sound of all the beautiful, cozy music that gets played during this time of year. And I think of snowballs flying through the air and hitting you in the tummy.
Oof, you got me.
That was a sound snowball. Pretty neat, huh? Sounds like invierno to me.
Me too. So let's review each one really quickly and then we can start the game. These are the sounds of primavera or spring. Then these are the sounds of verano or summer. These are the sounds of otoño or fall. And these are the sounds of invierno or winter. Ready, amigos? All right, here we go. Round numero uno. Which estación does this sound like?
Okay, amigos, time to guess. Was that primavera, verano, otoño, or invierno? Time's up. If you said verano, excelente. Those were the sounds of summer. Nice one, amigos.
Way to go. Okay, time for round numero dos. Which estación does this sound like?
Okay, amigos, time to guess. Was that primavera, verano, otoño, or invierno? Time's up. If you said invierno, you got it. Those were the sounds of winter. Excelente.
Time for round numero tres. Which estación does this sound like?
Okay, amigos, time to guess. Was that primavera, verano, otoño, o invierno? Time's up. If you said otoño, excelente. Those were the sounds of fall. Muy bien, amigos.
Great job, friends. We've got one more round. Round numero cuatro. Are you all ready? Which estación does this sound like?
Okay, amigos, time to guess. Was that primavera, verano, otoño, or invierno? Time's up. If you said primavera, you got it. Those were the sounds of spring. Muy bien, amigos. You all did such an excellent job.
Yeah, you really did. Great work, amigos. That was so much fun.
Now that we're getting towards the end of our episode, it's time to give one of our special Patreon listeners the chance to ask us a question about how to say a word or phrase in Español. Evan, who is this week's special listener?
Today's special listener is Rose. Rose, what is your question?
Hi, my name is Rose. I'm 3 and how do you say belly button in Spanish? Adios.
Wow, Rose, what an amazing question.
Yeah, great question, Rose. Now, before we talk about how to say it in Spanish, I think I should probably explain to our listeners what a belly button is. So, a belly button is that little thing in the middle of your tummy, and sometimes they're stinky, and I'm pretty sure it's the only button on our body. And
Evan, what are you talking about? It's not a real button. Plus, I think all of our listeners probably already know about their belly buttons.
Oh, cool. Well, then take it away, Vanessa.
Oh dear. Sorry, amigos. I think Evan is a little confused about belly buttons. Ew, Evan, get your finger out of your belly button.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, back to Spanish. The word for belly button is actually really fun to say in Espanol. It sounds like this. Ombligo. Can you all repeat it after me? Ombligo.
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 Great work, amigos. Now I'm going to get a little more in depth for some of our more experienced listeners. But if Spanish is still pretty new to you and you still want to join us, you're more than welcome. If you want to say my belly button, you would say mi ombligo. And if you wanted to say your belly button, you would say tu ombligo. Let's repeat it together. We'll start with my belly button and then your belly button. Mi ombligo, tu ombligo. Let's repeat it together. Mi ombligo, tu ombligo.
Mi ombligo, tu ombligo.
Mi ombligo, tu ombligo.
Mi ombligo, tu ombligo.
That was great, amigos. Mi ombligo means my belly button, and tu ombligo means your belly button. And actually, I have a little amigo in my life now, my little hijo Milo. He's actually obsessed with mi ombligo. Sometimes he likes to play with his own ombligo, so I say, get your dedos out of your ombligo, because he scratches it sometimes. And actually, mi and tu can be applied to other words too. So if you wanted to say my cat, I can say mi gato. And if I wanted to say your cat, I could say tu gato. Same goes for mom. Mi mama is my mom, and tu mama means your mom.
That's so cool. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, Vanessa. And thanks for that awesome question about ombligos, Rose.
Yeah, muchas gracias, Rose. I hope you and tu ombligo are having a great day.
If any of you listeners out there ever want us to answer one of your questions, just visit us on eatyourspanishpodcast.com and you can send us in your question. And if you record your question on one of your parents' phones and send it to us, then you can have the chance of hearing your own voice on one of our podcasts. Well, amigos, that sound means it's almost time to say goodbye.
We had so much fun with you all today. You did such an amazing job in our special sound game. I think you all are getting to be experts on las estaciones del año.
Yeah, I think so too. Thanks again for joining us for the first review episode of Season 3. We've gotten off to such a great start, and we have so many fun and exciting things in store for the rest of the season. I'm so excited. But for now, it's time to sing the goodbye song.
We hope you'll sing along with us. Adiós, mi buen amigo.
Goodbye, my good friend.
Hasta luego.
See you later. See you later, my good friend. Adios, amigos. Goodbye, friends.
Hasta luego. See you later. Thanks for listening to the Eat Your Spanish podcast. You can support our podcast by visiting patreon.com/eatyourspanish or by subscribing to it and leaving a review on iTunes. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at eatyourspanishpodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Adios.